Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Stanley, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Stanley's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations we give him while we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred's still using that regular 6-foot web training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Stan's been fitted with his personal training collar as well, so we'll show you how to properly use his during your one-on-one lesson as well. You can see he's seated nicely on Fred's left, which we do all our obedience training on the left. And the first command they'll demonstrate is heeling, which is proper walking on a leash. And Fred and Stanley take off doing that now. The command you want to use for this is Stanley heel, and start walking, and he'll fall in line on your left-hand side. Now we've gone ahead and incorporated that automatic sit with Stanley as well. And there you see it. When Fred stops his feet, Stanley will sit. There's that sit again, in the slower Mastiff style, but still a sit. And next we're going to show you our stay command with Stanley, which is that hand and voice command. Fred uses the open flat of his left palm and intercept from Stanley's muzzle, and the one-word command to stay. Now you want to build up that maturity in Stanley as well. So start practicing this one at about a minute and work your way up to about 3. And when Fred returns back to him, he'll walk all the way around him, providing that added distraction when he goes behind, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Stanley holds his sit stay throughout, and Fred heels him right out of it. I'll show you a little more of that heel sit and stay. And the same goes for Stanley. If he tries to pull ahead or lag behind, you say no, give a tug and let go correction, and repeat your command to heel and start walking again. Fred gives him the stay again, back out to the end of that training leash. And this time he'll demonstrate that come or recall command right out of the sit. He calls him in using his name. Stan's going to come and sit in front of him. And then the finish, Fred heels him right around the back of him to get him right back to that left-hand side heel position, and Stanley will sit. Nicely done. Demonstrate it one more time. He gives him the stay, out to the end of the training leash. Calls him in using his name, and Stanley comes in. He's going to sit in front. And then the finish, Fred's going to heel him right around the back of him and get him right back to his left-hand side heel position, and Stanley will sit. Good job. Alright, now remember you want to give both Stanley and Bella their own 15 to 20 minutes a day at first, just to work on their commands and keep them fresh in their mind. And you want to practice inside or outside and incorporate the commands into your daily routine with both of them. And next we're going to show you our down commands with Stanley. The first is down from that heel position. Fred uses the open flat of his left palm straight down to the ground and the one-word firm command to down.
No, down.
There, he didn't go all the way at first, so Fred used the no and repeated the command. He then gives him a stay and walks out to the end of the training leash. It's another great exercise to build up that self-control in Stanley. So start this one at 3 minutes and work your way up to about 5. Now as he returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around as he did on the sit stay and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Stanley holds his down throughout, and Fred heels him right out of it. I'll show you that down one more time when he comes back around. Now keep in mind, as I said with Bella, if Stanley doesn't respond to one of your commands, you always say no first, and then you give a tug and let go correction and repeat your command so that you're being consistent and following through with all your commands. And he gives him the down again, and a stay, and back out to the end of that training leash. This time he'll show you that come and recall command right out of the down.
Good boy.
Calls him in. Stanley gets up and comes into him. And he's going to sit in front. And then the finish, one more time, he's going to heel him right around the back of him and right back to his left-hand side heel position, and Stanley will sit. Okay, they're going to get lined up for a down from a distance command. This will be the down from a distance. He's going to have him in a sit, give him a stay, walk out to the end of the training leash. Again, this is the only time you're going to use your right hand to give that command.
Down.
He gives him a down from the end of the training leash. And then he'll wind up returning back to him by walking all the way around and right back to that left-hand side heel position.
Stand heel.
Nicely done. Alright, we'll show you, just like we did with Bella, what you can work your way up to as long as you put in that 15 to 20 minutes a day. We have been working Stanley with some off-leash stuff as well.
Stay.
And so Fred gives him a sit and a stay and drops the leash. He'll then return back to him by walking all the way around the outer perimeter of the building. And then right back to that left-hand side heel position. And Stanley holds that sit. And now he gives him a down, completely off leash again. And a stay. And he walks away from him again. And then he'll return back to him. Alright, very nice. Alright, we've demonstrated a few of the obedience commands we've worked on with Stanley here at school as well. It's been a pleasure working with both Stanley and Bella, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.